Hi, I'm Cherie, founder of Be Kind to All, and I believe that all employees deserve to be treated as equal, and I believe that discrimination, no matter what the reason, can no longer be tolerated in business. I want to be clear about a few things here. Employees really don't like working around adult bullies. They don't want to work in hostile work environments, and they don't want to feel like they're in high school with cliques. They don't want bosses who refuse to teach and help, and they want someone to connect with them and treat them with kindness and respect. I know this sounds rudimentary, but I want to put that out there because we've allowed adult bullies to keep rising in the ranks of leadership. Now, bullying affects everyone in the workplace, including witnesses. Bullying is linked to health impacts such as substance abuse or even suicide. Now, we focus on bullying being about children, but we don't look at it as much within adults. Well, that is a problem, and we need to start diving into it. So let's learn about what adult bullies look like. Looking at bullyingstatistics.org, you can see that there is an issue with adult bullying. Now, we learn about bullies when we're in school, and as we grow up, we would think someone would mature and progress through life and they would stop these type of behaviors. But unfortunately, that's not always the case. And adult bullies are more likely to use verbal bullying as opposed to physical bullying. But all of this is about making himself or herself the dominant adult. They try to humiliate their victims and show them who's boss. Now, there are a few different types of adult bullies. So you have your narcissistic adult bully, so self-centered, no empathy, little anxiety about consequences, brittle narcissism that requires putting others down. Then you have the impulsive adult bully, more spontaneous and doesn't really plan their bullying, but yet they still do it. Physical bully. It's very rare that it becomes actual physical, so instead now they use threats, or they may damage or steal your property rather than physically confronting you. Then you have the verbal adult bully. They start rumors or they use sarcastic or demeaning language to dominate or humiliate another person. And this subtle type of bullying also has the advantage because the bully will be saying this and it's very difficult to document, because the emotional and psychological impacts of verbal bullying can be felt across the board. And then you have lastly the secondary adult bully. And this is someone who does not initiate the bullying, but joins in so he or she does not become a victim. They feel bad, but they want to protect themselves. They're the reason why these adult bullies are still in power. Now, adult bullies are most interested in domination and power. Now, they could have grown up in strict father morality households, and they definitely grew up within the patriarchal society we live in. And adult bullies don't care about the effects of their actions. They cause hostile work environments which disrupt work production, morale, and overall net promoter score. Now that we've learned about the different types of adult bullies, let's see how this actually takes place within the workforce. There's two managers. One is named J, one is named B. They're managers in a call center. J likes being number one and will do anything to get that spot, where B wants to be number one as well, but knows that the team is the key. Now, in their daily meetings, J calls out bad sellers in front of the whole team to shame them, where B congratulates the team for their previous day and sets goals for that day. Now, during the day, J walks around and yells when someone hasn't had a sale yet, while B actually sits with the team members and works through their roadblocks so that they can increase sales. Now, at the end of the day, J over here, office, watching the team leave, while B is out saying goodnight to the team and is making things personal. Now, who do you believe is the better manager in that case? Now, J is the manager in the workplace who is only out for themselves. B, on the other hand, has figured out that to help themselves to be number one, they actually have to work with their team to get there. The old school tactics of yelling and screaming may have worked in the past, but with the millennials and Generation Z in the workforce right now, these tactics are no longer going to work. You also have people like myself within Generation X calling out these bad behaviors because we did allow them to happen and it is time for them to change. Now, The newer generations are not settling for this type of disrespect. Why do you think millennials are not staying in their jobs? Probably because their boss was like Jay. No one wants to work for an adult bully who screams and yells and shames people. Now, I know the above example happens every day. We have been taught in society that having a boss like Jay is normal. No, it's not. Having a manager who does not care about their team is not good for any business. It is not okay to yell and scream at people, and it is not okay to treat people differently for any reason. Now, these adult bully managers promote people not qualified for jobs because of favoritism. So this is really important to understand. They want people around them that will help them keep their power. So in other words, they need followers and people who will praise them for this bad behavior so they keep doing it. And human resources allows this adult bully behavior, which leads to hostile work environments. We must report every occurrence to HR. Every time, even if it is every day. If you're in a position of leadership, you need to call out the individual when they're acting like an adult bully and tell them that their behavior is not appropriate and will not be tolerated in the workplace. Now, most companies have a code of business conduct that states this type of behavior is wrong, but yet it still occurs. It's time for human resources to stop allowing these adult bullies. I really hope we take a stand and report these adult bullies to human resources, because when we have weeks, months, and years of data against an adult bully within a business, don't you wonder why they still have their job? We must report it. Documentation is the key. So next week we will continue on the business case for kindness. Please remember, without kindness and respect, there's little trust, and without trust, the team will crumble. I hope you have a good week.